Diakite. 10 side, shot clock is down to 5. Morcell. And rebounded by UMass's Samba Diallo. Clark. Nobody picked him up. Key the offensive board.
That's exactly what you should do as a big. Trail the guard into the rim, and if he misses, you're right in front of the rim to be able to get the basketball and put it right back in. Braxton Key did a nice job there.
So much talk is about Virginia's defense. I mean, they have offense too. I mean, they scored over 70 points a game in half the games last year. They want to run when they get a chance.
Yeah, it's a different team this year, though. They're not as lethal of a shooting team, only 16% from 3, but their defense surely travels.
Where's Joe? There, Diakite and a rebound.
You see how high he got up to snatch that one out of there. That was impressive.
6'9" senior from Africa. Works it into the post. Well, Tony Bennett, one of the good ones, right? How great has this guy been over the years?
Terrific. I mean, you talk about all the blue blood programs, even as we talk about the Dukes, the Carolinas in the ACC, none of them have had a greater winning percentage over the last 5 years than Tony Bennett.
School record 35 wins in the course of the national championship. Mitchell inside a Diakite, counted, and he was fouled.
I love the patience there by the freshman Trey Mitchell. Catches it one-on-one with Diakite, able to get to the middle of the floor, and then able to turn back his way interior, able to draw a foul on Diakite. Interesting, though, there, Virginia usually doubles the box from the weak side. They didn't there, leaving Diakite one-on-one inside. The freshman Trey Mitchell was able to take advantage.
This is a huge pickup for UMass, by the way, with Trey Mitchell. Freshman out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with the Woodstock Academy, the Connecticut Gatorade Player of the Year last year, ranked 73rd by ESPN.
Yeah, he's going to be a bad dude. He can play with his back to the basket, shooting 41% from 3. He's exactly what UMass needs in their building process.
Morcell for Key, uses his body well and converts.
Weak side wasn't quite ready, and that's a tough thing to guard because there's no one on the strong side of the floor. Everyone's hugging up on the opposite side. No one there to prevent Braxton Key from scoring that basket. Well done by Virginia.
He's got all their points so far as they lead it by 2. Back inside of Mitchell, double team immediately. Clairgeau for 3. And that's out of bounds off of Morcell.
By Virginia here on the right side of the floor. Notice that there's not a defensive player here in the corner to be able to help. That's actually number 5's responsibility to pick up Key inside. Didn't recognize it quick enough. Key able to take advantage.
You can't leave that man right there wide open.
No.
Mitchell kicks it. Clairgeau another 3-point try.
And folks, usually UMass knocks those down. They're 43% from 3 on the year, 9th in the nation, and they're going to have to make those open threes to have a chance against the Cavaliers today.
You said it. That is certainly going to be the key. As Virginia's been holding opponents 3 of the first 4 under 50 points already this season. And a 3-ball goes in by Wolatensai for Virginia.
That's a big shot for Wolatensai. Only 1 of 11 from 3 on the season. That'll be a big confidence builder for him.
Don't you love all the early numbers coming in, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, he's done 90% free throw shooting. He's 9 of 10, folks. Hang on. Diallo.
He's got to make that pass. He's got 4 Virginia players around him, and he had 2 of his teammates wide open on the weak side of the floor from 3. He's got to make that pass. Missed opportunity there by UMass.
Almost 5 minutes gone by first half. Cavaliers by 5. Clark, nice pass inside Huff. Coming off the bench as Morcell puts up a 3.
I think UMass doesn't like to because they play at one of the slowest paces in the nation. But when they on missed shots from Virginia, I think they got to play ahead of this defense. You can't continue time up the floor, continuing to play against this half-court defense.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Too good.
You're absolutely right. East, the floater.
You're taking the first one.
We've got a couple offensive rebounds in this game. Diallo cleans it up.
Well, Samba Diallo, so good. Long as it started every game, he's the rebounding leader on this team when Trey Mitchell has been out. Valuable cog to this UMass machine.
Right back the other way, though. Thomas Walter 10 side.
I'm having real hair envy right now.
Yes.
That's a nice dude right there.
It's between him and Mitchell.
Right.
Mitchell's not a pretty good one there, too. 33 for UMass.
Making me miss my locks.
Now he puts up a 3.
I don't think you can let Virginia off the hook there when Mitchell's been able to catch it in the low post. He's able to make a play. I think you got to reverse that ball. You can get that same shot on the other side of the floor.
Clark, no look, Huff.
Oh my gosh, how about the look off there from Kihei Clark? And right on the hands. Wow, what a pass.
Is Jay Huff going to be kind of like a Jack Salt from last year, if you will, for Virginia?
A little different, though, because of his ability to be able to stretch the defense with his three-point shooting ability. Wow. UMass is cold from 3. Folks, this is a team that averages 10 made threes a game.
I totally hear you, though, partner. They got to get up and down in transition, and you can't settle for a shot 5 seconds into the shot clock.
Yeah, yeah.
That's playing right into Virginia's hands.
Especially without a ball reversal.
Three-pointer, no good.
So you got to go here.
Take it away, Clark. Another no-walk looking for Huff inside. He gathers it again.
And that's what Jay Huff gives you. Steady play, able to knock down an open 3. That's 7 foot 1 inches tall, able to get on that glass. But another beautiful pass by Kihei Clark.
Huff certainly taking advantage of his increased playing time here now. Almost 27 minutes a game for this guy. It's an 11-2 run by Virginia, and another miss by UMass early in the clock. Huff now puts up a 3. How do you hit that? I was going to say, well, see, there you go. What were you saying earlier?
Oh, yeah.
On the drive. Not there that time by Clergeau. And it's out of bounds to Virginia when we come back.
And, folks, Virginia is on the run right now because of plays like this from Kihei Clark. Look at how he comes off, looks over at the corner, no look down the hump for the dunk inside. And my goodness, Virginia off to a tremendous start and then active on the offensive glass. Jay Huff with the
story was going to play out right after what happened a year ago.
Well, their coach handled it, Tony Bennett handled it with such grace and afterwards, and didn't make any excuses. They put their head down, went back to work, and, man, won a national championship. The Virginia Cavaliers. Unbelievable story.
Three-pointer here for Weeks. He drains it. That's T.J. Weeks, who just checked in. The son of Tyrone Weeks, the UMass great from back in the 90s. And what a shot there. Finally, they get a 3-ball to go down. We got a timeout. We'll be right back. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Air Force Reserve. College tuition assistance is available with the Air.
Having Braxton Key, his versatility, now he steps right in. They play Huff, and so there shouldn't be a drop-off, especially on the defensive end.
Tony Bennett in his 11th season now for Virginia. Spent the 3 years at Washington State prior to that. 3-time National Coach of the Year award winner, 4-time in the ACC. It's impressive. I see it. 30-plus wins at Virginia 4 times.
Incredible.
Think about how many wins that is. It's crazy.
Yeah, the defense has been key. It's been what's anchored this team. And then, of course, they've added some great scores with Kyle Guy, DeAndre Hunter, and Ty Jerome. And so now you got a lethal offense to go with a lethal defense. That's exactly why they won the national championship.
Sean East inside. Baptiste. And tipped around. UMass has been able to stick with it a couple times. Offensive rebound. Let's see, whose ball is it? Stays with the Minutemen.
I'll tell you what, you got to give this young team a lot of credit. They don't give up. That ball's on the loose floor. They're going after it. I've been really impressed with the toughness and the hustle of UMass here early. Folks, keep your eyes on TJ Weeks, number 23 there in maroon. He can absolutely get hot on the offensive end. 15 points a game, leads this UMass team in scoring from the bench.
Also, Cy Chapman is in for the first time this season. Number 1 for UMass. Hasn't played yet, sophomore, and he controls it now. And that's going to be a travel. How about Matt McCall now? 3rd season after a couple years at Chattanooga. What have you liked what he's done so far with the UMass Minutemen?
Well, he completely cleared house, brought in 9 new players this year, freshmen and combination of freshmen and sophomores. And we talked about early, you got to have a centerpiece of your recruiting class. That centerpiece is Trey Mitchell, 6'9", 240 pounds. We've seen his ability to be able to shoot it from long range and how good he can be in the post. Key for him today, staying out of foul trouble. UMass has no shot to win this game without Trey Mitchell on the floor.
6-point game right now. They get it in the Huff. And a hook.
How soft was that? And that's what you should do. He could feel Jerry pushing up on his right side, and you spin opposite to the baseline that time over the left shoulder with the hook. That was pretty.
And how do you stop that? It's 7-1.
you have no shot.
Right. Huff has now scored the last 6 straight Virginia points. Weeks through traffic, wild runner, it's not there.
That's a bad shot.
Huff again battling. Huff fakes on the 3. And on the kick out, the jumper's not there by McCoy. We got a foul on the rebound. Fans, stay tuned. Coverage of the Air Force Reserve Basketball Hall of Fame tip-off continues later today. We got St. John's taking on Arizona State at 2:30 Eastern on ESPN3 and the ESPN app. And then tomorrow, 1 o'clock, it's the championship on ESPN. 3:30 on ESPN2. The 3rd place game. As always, all games are live on the ESPN app.
And folks, good, beautiful and strong guard play in those 2 games. Arizona State, St. John's. Remy Martin of Arizona State is must-see TV. Very quick getting up the floor, can shoot the 3, get in the gaps, make plays. He has great hair, by the way. And Mustafa Heron from St. John's has been absolutely on fire. 18 points a game, shoot plus 40 from 3.
We were talking about it earlier. You're going to get a little bit of everything today, right? This game around the 50s, and then you're going to be in the 80s in game 2. Huff, man, dominating inside.
Yeah, and I love the fact oftentimes you get a guy going on the interior, and for some reason the offense goes away from him. I like the fact that Huff has gotten off to a good start, and Virginia's guards are looking to get it to him down low.
Mitchell against Huff, count it.
I tell you what, he's a bull down there. They should get it to him every time on that right block because he's been unstoppable when he's caught it there.
Right back to Justin McCoy. And a good box out by UMass that time on the rebound. What a first step on the drive from Carl Pierre, and takes it in for 2.
But notice where it came from. In the early push in transition, you can catch that Virginia defense before it gets set and find some one-on-one opportunities. Well done there by UMass.
Key. Clutch, count it, and heading to the line.
What a read by Braxton Key. He could feel that the defender was up on his left side, gave him a little fake, went to the baseline area. And when you're at that size, that speed, you got to cut him off early, able to get in the air, draw contact, and finish. And how about that body, man? That dude looked like he's been cut out of marble. So you have no shot once he gets a full head of speed.
Looking pretty good. 6'8", 230.
Alabama transfer last year.
I mean, could do a little bit of everything. They had him as a starter a little bit last year. Comes off the bench. Now, of course, a full-time starter. There's so many interchangeable guys that seems like Virginia has year after year.
Yeah, with all they lost last year, Virginia asking him to rebound and knock down shots. He's got to need him to do a little bit more. He's their Swiss Army knife, and we've seen him in every aspect of the game today.
Leading rebounder so far this season in the early going. Chapman, that's another travel. And we'll step aside. 22-13, defending champs in front of UMass. All right, fine. So Virginia's doing what they're doing, right? Keeping the team down and scoring. But UMass has had a couple of opportunities. I mean, they've hit some threes. They've taken the ball to the basket, got offensive rebounds.
No, UMass has gotten some really good looks on the offensive end from three. They've just not been able to knock it down until Weeks came in and knocked one down from the corner over there. They were 0 for 5 from three, again, which is their strength. They're 43% on the year, which is 9th in the nation. They've just not been able to knock down open looks. And against a good defense like Virginia's, you've got to be able to knock down open shots.
There's Chase Coleman in for the first time today, number 12 for Virginia. Huff looking for him in the back door. Here's Key. Huff fights for it. Now we've got a tie up and a jump. Possession arrow stays with Virginia.
Tell you what, I like how patient Jay Huff is when he catches the basketball down in the post. And then on the offensive glass, he doesn't even jump. He just raises his arms straight up in the air. And it's almost like little 5'2" guys just kind of fluttering their arms around his. They have no chance of coming up with that defensive rebound.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, got to watch over the back, except he wasn't moving. He just had to move his arms, like you said. 7'1", 243 pounds, Jay Huff, number 30 for Virginia.
UMass has not been able to contain Virginia off the dribble, so they're going to a little 2-3 zone here. Got to get the ball to the middle of the floor and then operate.
Shot clock.
Well done.
Yep, no problem for Key.
That free throw line area is where you want to get the basketball against almost any zone with the exception of a 1-3-1. Well executed by Virginia.
Key in double figures so far here. He's got 11. 3 in the corner for UMass. Not there that time by TJ Weeks.
Yeah, that's a challenge 3. That ball never reverse sides of the floor. Again, when you're playing against an elite level defense, you have no shot unless you reverse that basketball, reverse the floor at least once.
Clark. Short on the runner, East on the rebound. Pierre for 3.
Good shot. Same side, another side jump shot.
The guy's right there in his face.
Yeah, got to reverse it. Weeks is on the other side of the floor in the corner.
Clark got it. That's a 2. Timeout. Matt McCall's seen enough. 26-13, Virginia doubling up the Minutemen here. We'll be right back. Tonight, Justin Herbert, number 6, Oregon, look to keep their college football playoff hopes alive, taking on Herm Edwards and the Sun Devils. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on ABC, as they have beaten Arizona State in 11 of the past 12 meetings, trying to win 10 in a row. That's coming your way tonight on ABC.
I like watching the Oregon Ducks, but I can't root against Herm. Herm's a former ESPN guy.
That's right.
Go Sun Devils.
Big day in college football for sure. Weeks, another 3 ball, that's off. Rebound for Clark.
But notice how close Casey Morsell, number 13 in white, was. That's a challenge three. That's a shot fake drive to the baseline, try to get to the rim or pull up Jay, which Weeks has in this game.
It's a 7-0 run right now by Virginia. Clark. Nice drive. Out to Morsell. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Remember, new rule in college basketball this year. Offensive rebound. Shot clock resets to 20, not 30.
I love it because it speeds the game up.
Huff misses a three, and the rebound by UMass's Diallo. Mitchell, deep underneath. Couldn't get it to go.
He missed it, but that's where the ball needs to go on the right side of the floor. If they don't have him inside, reverse the floor and look to drive it. Because that's the thing, Virginia will convert to the basketball on drives, and the weak side of the floor is open, and then they'll get some wide open looks.
Range jumper by Key doesn't go. East running, and like you said, if you can convert some points in transition, Virginia gets back so well, you know. Foul on the floor. Haven't had a lot of fouls in this game. First on Kihei Clark. Remember, Mamadi Diakite is on the bench with 2 personal fouls for Virginia. Hasn't hurt him, though. It's only the 13th foul of the game.
Well, we talked about Jay Huff inside, Braxton Key's versatility, being able to play 3 different spots on the offensive end, and the story has been those guys. They've been absolutely terrific. 22 points I have in my stat sheet for both of those guys combined. Make that 21.
Jace Coleman comes in for Clark, and also Francisco Cafaro comes in for Jay Huff for UVA. We get a timeout coming under the 4-minute mark. Give them an extra breather. Let's see what this foul is. It's on Cafaro. What about getting down to Mitchell now? Trying to take advantage of this matchup.
Exactly. Give it to him.
There you go.
Create some room for him. Just a hit. Yeah, good call.
Mitchell's first foul of the game. Under 4 to go, first half. 26-13, Virginia leads. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Lowe's. Hurry in for the charge. What would you recommend defensively to try to limit what they're doing? What do you do defensively?
On the post-ups, I think you have to consider double teaming them down. Remember, when that ball's reversed and Virginia's able to get open looks from the 3-point line, they're only shooting 16% from 3, so you have to take something away. And right now, I think UMass has to take the post game away from the Virginia Cavaliers.
Yeah, 24% from 3-point range coming into today, to your point. Let's see what happens here. Morsell, 13-point lead for the Cavaliers. Clark back to Morsell, wide open for the tray. He got it.
It's a set play created, that shot created by a really nice screen there by Braxton Key.
Mitchell. Lost his footing. Diallo, the offensive rebound. He's going to be fouled.
And folks, keep your eye on number 2, Braxton Key, right there at the top. He sets a little screen there on Mitchell going over to the right wing, and that was a play call from the bench by Tony Bennett. Really nice screen there by Braxton Key to free Casey Morsell, who knocks down that 3.
This is Samba Diallo, who's at the free throw line.
Been quiet today.
Almost a double-double last game for the Minutemen.
Indeed, 10 points a game, 57% from the field. Long has started every game. And as I said earlier, been the rebounding leader for this team when Trey Mitchell's been in foul trouble. Good passer. Don't have to get him going.
The foul was on Thomas Walter-Tensai, his first. 5 team fouls for Virginia in this first half. 4 on the Minutemen. 3 minutes to go. Still a comfortable double-digit advantage. As Morsell misses on the 3. I really think they got, Mitchell in this mismatch, but he hasn't been able to convert.
No, he hasn't. And that's why they've been a little uncomfortable getting it to him on the interior. I like that one, though. Yeah.
That's a 3 ball, and that's good by Carl Pierre. Better look that time.
Oh, yes. When you reverse the basketball, you can get dribble penetration, cause that defense to collapse, and now you get wide open threes on the weak side of the floor. That was beautifully executed by UMass. They need more of that to climb back into this game.
They needed that in a big way. It's down to 11.
Doesn't it feel like they're down like 30?
Exactly. Right. I know. Had they not hit that, Key for 3. Rebound by Diallo.
Same way. Look inside, drive it, and look to kick.
Yeah, if they're able to get this down to single digits, by halftime, you feel like it's a victory. Here's Mitchell. There you go. Well, he kept his footing this time. I mean, he got his own way before, and this time the basket, and it's down to a 9-point ball game. 7-0 run by UMass.
I love this young UMass team, and they're starting to play a little bit beyond their years, able to get some ball reversal that's gotten them down in the lane. Watch this drive here, folks. That weak side sucks in, and now a wide open 3 there from Chase Coleman, from Carl Pierre, who knocks that down. And then the guy that's been consistent for them down in the low post has been Trey Mitchell, able to get it to him that time on the left block. He felt it spin off of it before the double team came, lays it up on the other end. That was really pretty. Look at that move. 6'9", folks. He's only a freshman. He's going to be a bad dude. Look at this. He feels him on the high side, spins to the baseline. What a nice play there by Trey Mitchell. He's going to be really good.
He really is. Tony Bennett answered my question. I was going to ask when Jay Huff is going to come back in. He's back into the lineup now. 9-point ball game for Virginia.
UMass has to make this Virginia team a jump shooting team. No offensive rebounds, double the low post, force them to shoot that basketball from the perimeter. That is not their strength this year.
It's not. Shot clock inside of 10. Clark. That's an offensive. Or no?
Should be.
Yes.
Doing too much. Kihei Clark had Jay Huff. His defensive player disappeared behind Huff. Look, he didn't throw the basketball inside trying to do too much and turns it over. And that's exactly what happens when you don't make the simple play. Poor decision there by Kihei Clark.
Second personal foul for him as he heads to the bench with 1:25 to go.
Now that's massive. The problem is Chase Coleman comes in, the preferred walk guard. Watch him heat the basketball up. Number 12 here in white, folks. Turns you 5 or 6 times up the floor. He's got such quick feet. Not the passer that Kihei Clark is, but definitely the on-ball defender.
They got Huff back on Mitchell. Mitchell.
Good patience. I'm telling you, this kid is going to be a star.
73rd ranked player by ESPN last year, the Connecticut Gatorade Player of the Year.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, look, we've seen him play with his back to the basket, make quick moves down there, patient when he gets in the lane, and now we've seen him be able to take guys off the dribble, and he's a plus 40% three-point shooter. I really like him.
UMass has not had a player like him inside for a long time.
Make Virginia a jump shooting team. Nothing to the basket.
UMass fans chanting for defense here. Shot clock again, down to 4. Morcell. Key, they're not going to get it off.
Folks, you are watching a young team, the 7th least experienced team in the nation out of 351 member schools grow up right before your eyes. How about that defensive possession? And they did it. They backed up, made this team a jump shooting team, jumped in front and forced a 24-second clock violation. Forgive me, a 30-second clock violation. Well done by the Minutemen. Be patient here, reverse the ball. Get it to 33.
He called it. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds to go. Mitchell. Oh, the ball skills. He does it again. Mitchell with 10 and an 11-0 run to end the half for UMass. 5-point game at the break. After our timeout, we'll head back to the studio with Matt Berry, Seth Greenberg, and
no one on that front line of Virginia that's been able to guard him one-on-one in the post. So you're going to have to take it out of his hands, force some other guys from UMass on the perimeter to be able to knock down shots.
But what about this?
He's been spectacular in the first half.
Pardon me, partner. What about this guy, though?
Yeah, he got in early foul trouble.
He's back.
Yeah, he got in early foul trouble. But, you know, Huff and Key were able to hold it down in the offensive end. They combined for 19 points in the first half. But Mamadi Diakite is going to have to insert his presence on this game on both ends of the floor here early, particularly against Trey Mitchell.
Minutemen have the momentum here. We'll see if they carry it into the second half. East.
Nice. When you get those point-blank range shots against Virginia, especially down the pipe, you've got to score them. A lot of missed opportunities, point-blank range there in the first half for UMass.
Correct. 35% shooting first half, but Virginia's going to do that to you, but that's on your own that time. You have to hit it. Foul on Clergeot. Keon Clergeot, just his first. We didn't have a lot of fouls in that first half. Very clean game.
Yeah, Virginia's known not to foul. So, oh man, if you're in the studio, those are long fields right there.
Right. Man, what don't they do, right? They don't foul. They play good defense. They
shoot good free throws percentage.
Here's Kihei Clark. Diakite. Checked by Sean East.
Too small.
Mitchell, though, cleans it up.
Yeah, you can tell, having sat out, folks, he only played just a little bit over 3 minutes there in the first half, and it takes you a little while to get going in the second half when you've been out that long. Diakite usually makes those. Nice shot there by East. Oh, was that Pierre?
Yeah.
Forgive me. Call Pierre.
That was a tougher shot, and he got that one to go. We got a 3-point ball game. Now it's Diallo on Diakite. Clark. Oh, what a screen set by Diakite.
Yeah, and when you don't get over as the big and cut him off to slow his pace, I don't care how good your weak side defense is, you have no shot at getting over and taking that away. That was a really good read by Kihei Clark. UMass can't get away from Mitchell now.
Foul on Walter Tensai.
Folks, watch this screen here by Diakite. Boom! And that's all you need is a little bit of separation and the burst there by Kihei Clark to get to the front of the rim. That was a really good screen by Diakite.
No interior help defense at all.
Well, when he comes down the lane so quickly, it's hard to rotate. You're late. There's that double team we talked about.
Mitchell. A lot of white jerseys there, and they're going to call the foul. Who's it on? It's going to be on Key.
Yeah. And folks, that's what you should do, though. When you catch it and you know that double team's coming, make a quick move to the baseline. You may be able to get something. I'm so impressed with Trey Mitchell's feel when he catches it. Folks, he's not doing it. He's doing it against the #1 defense in the nation.
Diallo on the cut. A lot of contact. They will call the block now on Virginia. And it's going to be on Walter Tensai, and that's going to be his third.
Virginia fouls on 53.
Pardon me, they changed it up. 2 on him and 2 on Key. Samba Diallo at the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, folks, and you're seeing it right in front of your eyes. This is a team that, in terms of defensive efficiency, they've been in the top 5 the top 5 for 5 of the last 7 years. And so Trey Mitchell and what he's been able to do on the low post so far against Virginia, it's pretty tremendous.
5th NCAA scoring defense title last year under Coach Bennett. It's impressive. But it's a three-point ball game here. Clark, extra pass and out of bounds on the sideline was Morcell.
Yeah, folks, and that three-point line is a lot further out. It's at the international line now at 22, 1 3/4, and that sideline is really tight. And many people thought that it would be guys towing the line. I said earlier, no, it's going to be them stepping back because they're used to stepping into their shots. So you got to be able to slide there and keep yourself in bounds. Turnover there by Virginia with that double team we spoke of.
Reversal for UMass and a three off the mark by Pierre. Almost tied the game, and Diakite has the rebound.
How about that? Trey Mitchell showing us a little of everything. A little ability to get to the rim off the bounce, back to the basket, and nice touch in his passing out of double teams.
Better ball movement on the offensive end for UMass, to your point earlier. You get that look for three. Fade away, Morcell. Nope, Mitchell.
Listen, Diakite, number 25 in white's got to touch the ball on the offensive end for Virginia. 2 possessions in a row that your best scorer hasn't touched the rock. It's a bad shot. Same side, no ball reversals. That's a bad shot.
Pierre trying to tie it up. And what would you have rather seen there? I mean, you got to take your time, right?
Reversal.
Instead, again, it's Clark on his second drive to the rack in this second half, uncontested.
Done a nice job coming off that screen, shoulder to shoulder, to get himself some separation. And Diakite is standing there, makes really good screens.
Got to find Mitchell again here, right?
Or Jack Salt-like.
Yes.
Those kind of screens. Yeah, Mitchell's got to touch it.
He's calling for it in the post. Oh, and it got knocked away. Morcell.
Yeah, didn't feel the corner defender there. Tough to put it down. That much traffic.
Clark. Diakite, the offensive rebound, and he's caught between some maroon jerseys, and there's going to be a jump ball called, and Diakite got poked in the eye.
Poked in the eye, yeah. Hope he's okay.
It's going to be Virginia ball when we come back. 33-28, Virginia still by 5. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Lowe's. Hurry in for Black Friday deals. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
Either foot is in the paint by those guys, and if you're wondering how Kihei Clark is able to turn the corner and get to the rim without resistance, it's because those two guys have to eat up the painted area to force him to throw that basketball over the top to the corner. Missed opportunities on the defensive end by the Minutemen.
Clark's got 6 points here. Second half, still a 5-point ball game, which is what we had at the half. And it's going to be Virginia ball after the jump ball. Diakite looks to be okay. He got poked in the eye right before the timeout.
Yeah, he's got to get some touches here. The strength of this Virginia team is their front line. He and Huff have to get some touches.
Nice kick. Wall of 10 side for three. Yes.
Tell you what, Walden Tensai is shooting that basketball with a lot of confidence. Folks, coming in this game, he was 1 of 3 from the three-point line, but he has been comfortably knocking that shot down today.
It was actually a 2. It's 35-28. Missed 3 here by Mitchell. Clark again off the screen. Now he pulls up. TJ Weeks a quick 3 in transition, and you're shaking your head on that one there, Fox.
Again, against the #1 defense in the country, you've got to get some ball reversals unless you're playing ahead of the defense. It's a bad shot there by Weeks.
Haven't seen Weeks too much in this game so far today. See if you get some more extended minutes right now. Wall of 10 side, faking on 3, steps it in, rebound Clergeau.
That number's here if they can get it.
He's got Weeks. And he's fouled.
Good decision there by Weeks. And folks, watch the ball screen action here. Now as the ball comes off, look at how much of the painted area already ready. There's TJ Weeks. Now the ball skips. Little closeout challenge shot. Now Walden Tenside did knock down the shot, but that was much better defensive execution there by the Minutemen. Nice adjustment there by UMass.
And you're going to take that, right, Fonz? Because Walden Tenside is a 1 for 11 three-point shooter coming in, and you got to stop Clark, who went right to the hole on you twice.
Exactly right. So again, if that ball screen is taking place, you got to take away Clark's dribble penetration to the inside, and you want to take away the bigs, force it to the non-shooters. So that was a really good defensive possession right there. Walden Tenside just happens to knock down the shot.
Clark picked up his third personal foul.
In terms of pace of play in the country, that's going to be a track meet.
This is going to be a fun one. Final game tomorrow is at 3:30 on ESPN2. That'll be the third place game of this tournament here in Uncasville, Connecticut. Mohegan Sun Arena. Home of the Connecticut Sun. There's Diakite working on Mitchell. Wow, nice shot.
Yeah, a little jab, step, and dribble to get the defensive player to back up, and a little one dribble escape to the left. That's pretty.
They missed a lot of that in the first half because he had 2 fouls and had a sit. That's his first basket of the day. Foul on Coleman here.
I think in the going forward in the half court for UMass, that ball's got to touch Trey Mitchell's hands because UVA is double teaming him down on the low post, and he's such a good passer to give UMass some open looks on the weak side of the floor.
Well, let's think about this too. One more foul for Virginia, and UMass is shooting free throws for the rest of the day.
Double.
Weeks. Clergeot for 3. Chapman tried to get it on the offensive board.
Clergeot was floating to his left side, and whenever you do that, your brain like takes over and makes you shoot it right, and that's exactly why it missed so badly to the right side of the basket.
South. Floating runner. Yep. Nice bounce.
He does a really nice job of staying low on his shot fakes and his dribble drive. What a powerfully built young man is Casey Morsell.
It's a big pickup for them. Freshman in Fort Washington, Maryland. Starting to pick things up here a little bit now for the Cavaliers as they lead by 10. Weeks trying to use the glass. Chapman again in there, but it's Huff who rips it away.
It's getting to be a little danger time right now for UMass. They've got to get consecutive stops.
Key, a wide open 3. Whoa, no call there as Clergeot runs right into Huff. Coleman tries for showtime. UMass has numbers the other way, and it's Weeks for 3. And it's rebounded by Coleman. What happened to all that?
Well, Coleman patting his chest right now, going, my bad, because what he was trying to do is throw it off the backboard to Diakite, but it was mistimed.
UMass fans are irate. They want a foul there on Huff.
Yeah, Jay's entitled to that position, though. It's a good no call by the officials.
He was just standing. Diakite, that's a tough shot. The clock is winding down.
Get it to Trey Mitchell in the post.
Well, you look back at him there, Clergeot. Reverse. Chapman hooks up with that 3-point try, and there's going to be a foul over the back, and that's just not a good possession. Pierre picks up his second personal foul. Cavaliers by 10, halfway through the second half. Well, how about the 1992 NBA draft? Look at that. Number 5 overall from Notre Dame. The Fonz. LaFonso Ellis. How about that? You remember that? Can you tell me what that was like when you get up there and you get selected after your career at Notre Dame to the Denver Nuggets?
Well, first let me acknowledge Tony Bennett there, number 35th pick, and that dude could flat out shoot the rock, right? And yeah, there with the Charlotte Hornets, one of the best venues to play in all of the NBA. You used to call it the Beehive with Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning. Where do you guys get that?
That's great stuff right there.
Yeah, it was a wonderful moment for me and my family, and held in Portland. Oregon, cruising down the river with Shaq and Alonzo Mourning, Christian Laettner, guys. The late Malik Sealy, who played for St. John's, was I think the 12th pick in that draft, and what a wonderful experience for me and my family. I'll never forget it.
It's great stuff. Yeah. Well, hey, we got a guy coming up from our next game, and Coach Hurley.
Yes.
91-92.
Indeed.
Back-to-back champions.
0 for 4 against Duke.
Yes. Don't worry about it. I mean, there's sure a lot of people could say that as well too. You know.
Started to take it out on them when I went to their practice yesterday.
10-point lead for the Cavaliers. Ball is loose. Diakite taps it back to Clark, and the shot clock is at 3. Clark for 3. Kept in, and then Clark throws it off of Pierre out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, though, Mike, I know they're down 10, but I like what UMass has done here in the second half. They're forcing this Virginia team to be a perimeter-oriented team, which is not their strength. So kudos to the young team in that area, but they've got to get better offensive possessions and reverse the basketball. No quick shots on the offensive end for UMass, but they've got to get a stop here, because 10 points is like 20 when you're playing against Virginia because of their slow pace of play.
Clark got knocked away, and they're going to call a foul here on UMass on Clergeau. Second for him.
That Kihei Clark, man, he is fast.
Yes.
Gives you a little shake. You have to acknowledge it, and then he's got such a quick vertical burst.
Well, and if they are able to get their outside perimeter shooting going, look out, because they exercise that high ball screen so well, and then Clark's penetration and the kickouts.
Yeah.
Once that number goes up.
I mean, wow, such a luxury, Mike, to be able to have a defense that travels where you can win time after time with just your defense, because, again, this is a Virginia team that's only shooting 16% from 3 on the year, yet they're winning night in and night out. That's incredible.
Your point is so well taken about the double-digit deficit, though. Once you get into that realm, it is tough to come back against. It's just so tough. You can't even find yourself in this position. You got to keep it here or below, or it's over.
Well, Virginia traditionally doesn't get sped up. They don't turn it over, and they make their free throws. And so, like I said, when you're down 10, it's like 20.
Mitchell kicks it. Pierre for 3. They need it.
Yep, nope.
Not there. Diakite, the rebound.
And, folks, the three-point line has betrayed UMass. 43% on the year, 9th in the nation, only 2 of 18 in this game.
Just got a technical foul called on Matt McCall, head coach for UMass. And Bo Borowski had said that's enough. Let's see what we can decipher from here. Not sure what he wanted on that possession, but
yeah, I couldn't quite see it. The only thing I conclude is it goes all the way back to that little screen with Huff and with that turnover. He feels like Virginia's allowed to be more physical with their guys than his guys are able to be with them. And so, you know, as a player, when my coach jumped up and took a technical for his team that way, I think it creates incredible buy-in and lets you know that that dude's willing to give it up for you. So I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden UMass starts to play some inspired basketball here in the next 2 minutes.
Let's see what happens. Last time they were down by 16 points. They ended the half on an 11-0 run, cut it to 5, and got back in the ballgame. Now they're down by 14, and it's Huff working on Mitchell. Mitchell knocks it away from behind.
Get it to Mitchell.
Pierre. He is open right now.
He is open.
That's what you got to give it to him. Instead it's Pierre on the drive. He got fouled. He'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, that's the one thing I can say for UMass. That's been really good. When they've gotten a little bit of ball reversal, they've been able to put their heads down and drive to the rim to get fouled. And right now, the clock obviously becomes your enemy as you get later and later in this game. It's nice to be able to get to the foul line with the clock stopped to put some points on the board and be able to establish your full court pressure.
Well, yeah, that's it. And they're going to, because they've got 17 fouls on Virginia. So if you could get it inside to Mitchell, you don't get a basket, you get fouled, you stop the clock. What you really have to do, to your point, down by 13 points here, and extend this game as much as you can.
Yeah, I really like this young UMass team. They're going to be really good and have something to say for the top of the A-10 as we go forward. Not this year, maybe not next year, but the following year when Trey Mitchell's class are like sophomores and juniors, they're going to be really good.
Atlantic 10 Conference is awesome. Love calling games in that league. I mean, the teams, you know about the VCUs.
Yeah.
They've been there for a while. Davidson.
How about Rhode Island?
Rhode Island. Yep. We talked about this UMass team, young, but 5-0 already. Here's Diakite on the feed from Clark.
Wow. That was a tough finish, too. The ball got stuck on the front of the rim, and so the arm strength to force that thing over the top and in. Pretty impressive there by Diakite.
14-point game. Now here's Mitchell.
Give it to him.
Diallo, not there.
Yep. Whenever a post player has position and you can't see his defender behind you, that ball's got to go in right away. Fake low, throw high, or fake high, throw low. Another missed opportunity for UMass.
Clark, and we're going to call the foul on the Minutemen. Clergeau's third. We got a timeout.
And folks, Diakite has not gotten involved offensively in this game, but this is how you get him going. Watch this pass by Kihei Clark. Diakite goes up and throws it down. I'm not jumping in any water either because I'm always scared something's going to be down there with his mouth open, so I'm with him.
You'd be able to take it, though. You'd be able to take them. Come on.
Those big, great white sharks,
Whatever
no way.
Those are great.
Just be my luck that day. But Bora Bora is surrounded by a lot of water.
That's what I mean. And he wants to go there, and that's one of his biggest fears. Interesting. Here he is for three. And that is off. Rebounded by UMass. Pierre rips it away.
There is plenty of time left in this game for UMass to climb back inside, but they've got to get Mitchell going down in the low post.
The thing is, though, Fonz, they've only scored 2 points in the last 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
0 for 8 from 3 in this second half, 1 of 12 from the field.
Minutemen ball. Let's see if the officials change that. Yes, they do. Rob Riley says, I saw it the other way. Convinces Ron Tyberski, and it's Virginia basketball. I like when the crews come together and talk about calls and get it right. Clark.
Keep feeding your bigs, Virginia. It's the strength of your team.
Double 10 side. That's travel.
Yeah, Kihei's kind of been a little off today, playing a little fast, and he's a low mistake kind of guy. You see a travel there. Remember, he had that opportunity in the first half to throw it into Jay Huff on the right side of the floor, decided to drive, got a charge. And he's been a little bit out of sorts, and that's unusual for number 0 in white.
It's going to be interesting to see what Virginia can do moving forward. You know, when you lose Kyle Guy, Ty Jerome, DeAndre Hunter, Jack Salt, it's how do those guys step up to that next level and how much more you need them.
Yeah.
And how do they absorb that responsibility?
Absolutely, but let's keep it in perspective here. This defense is the best defense in the nation, and so it will give them time to be able to work things out on the offensive end, and at some point, they'll start to make perimeter jump shots, and when they do, it's going to be a really good Virginia team.
Offensive rebound, Morcell, and now it's going to be a jump ball. Heads up here. Chapman and Diakite.
There's nothing there. There's nothing there. 2 big guys just fighting for the rock. No punches, no elbows. That's good stuff. That's old school. That's 80s. Come on.
Would that have happened in the 80s? It would have
probably a couple of punches.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
With no suspensions, no technical fouls.
Right.
It's the good old days.
All right, so it's UMass ball in the alternating arrow for the jump.
Partner, I think right now for UMass, they've got to get their best scorers on the floor. So TJ Weeks, number 23, they've got to get him in the game. And so I think there's 3 guys for them on the offensive end that the ball has to find. Carl Pierre, number 12, TJ Weeks, 23, and Trey Mitchell, 33.
Well, they're all out there right now. Here comes Mitchell up to the high post.
Well, got to get back to him.
Now Weeks. They'll look at the double team immediately. Here's Pierre. You mentioned him for 3.
See, I think they've got to get TJ Weeks on that opposite side of the floor because he's their best three-point shooter. That's now 0 for 9 from 3 in the second half for UMass, a team that shoots 43%, folks, 9th in the nation. Three-point lines betrayed them this afternoon.
Yeah, Weeks is 1 for 5 though today from three-point range. Here's the nice drive by Braxton Key.
His reads out on the perimeter today have been spot on.
We just saw the numbers from 3. And that was your main key coming into the game here, Fonz.
I felt they had
UMass,
12 to 15, partner.
Well, they're 2 of 19. Diallo. Floating runner. Count that one for Sean East.
Now you're going to see some full court pressure again. There's plenty of time here. Got to get stops.
But Virginia knows time and score.
Yeah.
They're in no hurry.
Yeah.
Right?
And like I said, down 14 like down 28. Because they rarely turn it over and they make their free throws.
Rebound Weeks. I mean, UMass got their first field goal in the last 14 minutes on that last offensive possession.
It's good hands there by Key.
Clark. And a foul is called on Sean East. We'll be right back. 3:41 remaining. Virginia's in control. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Air Force Reserve. Explore your opportunity enough. If there are ways this can help out the athletic department, the other programs and coaches by not tying up so much. I mean, that's just, you know, he knows what it's all about.
Yeah, Tony's one of the more selfless guys I've ever met. Man of faith, committed to his family, and really committed to the university. And he wanted to have those extra dollars go to paying more of his assistant coaches' salaries and taking the other to spread it out through the great programs that they have at the University of Virginia. What a quality individual over there, Tony Bennett.
A guy that grew up in Clintonville, Wisconsin, graduated in Green Bay in 1992, and his wife Laurel, his daughter Anna, and son Eli.
Yeah, he's quite a tennis player as well.
Is he?
Yeah, pretty competitive. I've not gotten a chance to play against him yet.
That's what you got to do next time. Get down.
He's a lefty. Lefty hoopers, tennis players. Lefties are just tough to deal with just in general. So I'm not liking my chances.
In season, though, this guy is so dialed in, right? I mean, you're not going to get any extra time out of him.
That'd be a no.
Yeah. Wow. Mitchell.
You see that? Touched every part of the rim. That's really been the story. That's a microcosm of what's going on today for UMass on the offensive end.
Especially from three-point range.
Indeed.
2 of 20. 9 for 11, though, at the free throw line of the Minutemen. We talked about that, possibly helping them with foul trouble for Virginia. But now it's a three by Pierre, and that is good. They finally get one to go. And in a 13-point game with 3 minutes left.
Forced Virginia to shoot jump shots, rebound the basketball, and UMass got to get outside of their comfort zone and play fast.
Clark and Huff. Morcell, 3 ball.
Gotta go.
Pierre again. But I love the way you watch Virginia get back on defense, the way they communicate, they get to their spots, they pick up their guys. You wonder, hey, how do they do this?
Well, you can see them talking, pointing, and that's really the key to transition defense. No one does it better than UVA.
Clark. And into the free throw line with 2:02 to go. Yeah, they don't look frazzled. You know, some teams running back, I mean, they get back and they're ready to go.
Well, you've got a guy, Kihei Clark, in his second year, but you know, he was pivotal in that national championship run last year. So now he's seasoned. Jay Huff seasoned. Key, Diakite. They have some very seasoned guys on this team coming off the national championship. You can never speed them up.
Sports Center comes your way tonight from LA after Washington, Colorado. We got Stan and Neil on that for you. We got Penn State, Ohio State reactions. Herbie comes by with his top 4 teams. LeBron, Jay and Morant, all that and more coming up on Sports Center after college football tonight on ESPN and the ESPN app. Right now, Ohio State leading Penn State 14-0 at the half.
How about that? I mean, LeBron James, having taken off essentially the year, has come back refreshed, and the numbers that he's putting up, incredible.
3 ball here from Weeks, and he hits it. TJ Weeks. That's what we've seen from him all season. It's been a rough afternoon today, and now Diakite is fouled by Weeks.
Now can you make your free throws? Virginia traditionally has been a really good free throw shooting team, but Mamadi Diakite 60% from the foul line on the year.
They're trying to stay perfect today. This will be 10 for 10 if he hits it. Nope.
Wow. Key got the offensive rebound, point blank range on the 1-on-1 situation and missed it. Unusual for number 2 in white.
Still a 12-point lead for Virginia. Minute 37 left here in Connecticut. It is Feast Week here, presented by Lowe's. And how about the Maui Invitational, right?
I mean, Maui Invitational is always loaded. I mean, look at the talent, the coaches, and it's in Maui. I mean,
and the battle for Atlantis.
Would Bill Walton be there?
Yeah. Get his T-shirt somewhere. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm going to ask him for one of those tie-dyes, man. Those things are sick. I love tie-dyes.
Weeks, another 3. That's huge for UMass now as they cut it to single digits, but a minute 20 is on the clock. They're trying to get a steal. Well, Tensai is fouled. Carl Pierre.
Pierre is upset. But that was a really smart play by Thomas Bolton. Tensai actually caught him running on the side of him, just kind of went into his space. I thought it should have been a no call because the offensive player went into his space. So I understand why Carl Pierre is a little upset.
Walter Tensai hasn't been to the free throw line though yet this season, but it's an automatic 2 shots at the line, double bonus time. And it's up to a 10-point game. Timeout, Minutemen. Yeah, this is where you need 3 or 4 14 on the clock and not 1 14 because, like you said, it's so difficult. The amount of times you got to get back. I mean, you can't expect to score every single time on this Virginia team. And then you know they come down and they use clock. So
yeah, so efficient. So efficient, Mike, because, again, they don't turn it over. So you got to foul them, and then you put them on the foul line. They don't miss the free throws, and so that's what the multiplying impact is. I mean, you're down 10. It's as if you're down 20 because of that fact. But I like the toughness, the fight that this UMass Minutemen has shown this afternoon. They put themselves in position to get it under 9 because it looked like this was going to be a blowout early, and they were able to fight themselves back into this game.
Tell everyone what you were telling me earlier about why Virginia has such a good defense, okay? We all know it, but it's like, why? How does this happen year in and year out?
When Tony Bennett came here to Virginia, he established it right away. It's you're going to guard or you're not going to play. And now all of a sudden you buy into all of the principles. They double team the post. They keep you in front. They don't give up the middle. And now all of a sudden those become the foundational pieces of your program. And so now you got seniors who have bought into the deal, and all the freshmen that come in, they're teaching them about that. And so now there's sustainability.
And why aren't more teams as successful or close to it doing the same thing?
Because he's been committed to it from day one, meaning he knows that defense was going to put him in position to win a championship. They got to a Final Four, and now all of a sudden he's got high-level, high-caliber offensive players to match that defense. Because if I remember correctly, I think they were top 10, top 15 in offensive efficiency and top 7 in defensive efficiency. You combine those two elements, you get a national championship. So he's built a program that's built on defense, and defense carries.
You love the programs that have that identity, right?
Yeah.
And that's also a way that you can recruit towards that, too. When you know what you need, and you can go out and get that.
You know who else does it? Texas Tech. They're going to win this year. They don't have the offensive pieces that they had last year, but they're going to win a lot of games because of their defense.
Nine-point ball game. A minute to go. Key, they don't want to foul him. Diakite.
I think you got to foul Diakite
do it now. Time
60%.
A factor. Huff.
Oh boy.
And they're just using up too much time here. If you're going to do it, you got to do it early, right? I mean, just lost a valuable 20 seconds
Yeah,
there.
the clock's your enemy there. And you've got to foul right away, especially when you had Diakite with the basketball. It's only 60% from the foul line.
Well, even with that miss, Braxton Key is today's player of the game, brought to you by the Air Force Reserve. 13 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 7 boards. Not a bad effort for the Cavaliers, who are going to stay undefeated this season.
He's such a wonderful player. I mean, he can guard technically 1 through 5 out there on the floor. Drives it, makes good passes.
Players Joe missing the 3. Oh, Key behind the back. From Clark.
That's the exclamation point there.
And Key the rebound.
And Mike, isn't it fitting that a defensive play seals the deal?
And that's how they've done it. National champs last year, starting off this year 5-0. Number 7 Virginia with a 58-46 win over UMass. First loss of the season for the Minutemen at 5-1. But an exciting team that I know you want to see down the road for sure.
Absolutely. Again, a program that's got a staple inside in the young Trey Mitchell, a freshman, 6'9", 240 pounds. We've seen how good he can be. This is going to be a really good UMass team going forward.
We'll come back and wrap it up after this break. 58-46, Cavaliers victorious.